Okay, I'm going to just walk through a few features of Google My Maps. Google My Maps is an easy to use, relatively easy to use, collaborative map annotation program that you use on Google. And here is a link to a shared map. And I'm just going to go through some of the features that you can use to select areas, to write some annotations about those sites, and ways that you can share information. So here is a map of the southern sort of Puget Sound area. I have highlighted the Evergreen State College Tacoma and the Evergreen State College in Olympia here, the two campuses. And I'm going to zoom in and start doing some annotations. Some things to know though, is that you can actually change the view of your map by selecting base map. We're going to stick with the satellite imagery because it allows us to see some features that will be important to this activity. But for the different kinds of maps that you might want to do, or collaborative maps you might want to build, there are other options that you can use. You can use a terrain view, and so that you get to see some terrain. You can use your sort of more traditional map view. And I'm going to go back to satellite. Some other things to know, to move yourself around the map, you just drag the map and pull it around. You can zoom in using down at the bottom right corner your plus sign, or if you want to zoom out, you can use your minus sign. You can select locations that are already on a map. If you suspect that there's a location that you know of that's already on a map, you can type that in, and if it's already been placed as a feature or a point on a Google map, it will show up. So I'm going to type in, let's say, Evergreen. Just thinking about, there's the disc golf course on the fields in the Olympia campus. And so I wanted to see if it's there. I start to type that in, and I see a drop down that pops up. And actually it is already on the map. So this is where the disc golf course is located on the Olympia campus. If I wanted to add that to the map, I can just select here. You can actually see this little description pops up, and you can select add to map if you want to add that to our map. I'm not going to add it right now, but it would be quite simple. Well, I guess I will add it actually. I'll click add to map, and now you see it's added as a feature on the map. If you decide, oh, I don't want to actually add it to the map, you can either click undo, or you can, there's an option to delete something you've added to a map. So that's one way you can add features to a map. You can also locate new points on a map, or draw polygons or lines on a map. So for example, say I'm interested in something to do with the organic farm. Well, the organic farm is actually already a location on the map. I can add it to my map, and once I've added it to my map, I have some more options here in the menu that pops up when I go to that point. One of the options is that I can select this little pencil icon and edit that. Okay, so I might add some language about the organic farm. Okay, and I save that. Okay, and so now I've added some language about the organic farm. I might say something about how the farmhouse was built, or there might be something important I want to say in this about the organic farm. If I want to take away that language, I can just click undo again and change that edit. I might actually want to expand beyond a point. Say I'm really actually interested, since I'm already at the organic farm, in what's happening here in the area where it's planted. And so I can actually select this icon here that says draw a line, and I can start drawing a line, and I can zoom way in if I want. We have pretty, oops, I see I'm messing up, so I'm just hitting undo. I'm a big fan of, of undo. Here, I'm gonna actually get rid of this polygon by doing undo. I'm going to go back here so you can see me make a mistake. So I'm zooming in. And so I'm going to start to do a line here. I'm going to select some specific spots. And if I want to go back, oops, I'm going to actually tweak this a little bit. And I can actually delete it. Again, I'm deleting. It's a little bit finicky as you can see, but I'm going to start to draw this line again. And so what I'm doing is I'm hitting, if you have a mouse, you can click the mouse every time you want to put a corner or a point on the line. I'm using my little finger mouse pad, which is why I'm making a few little mistakes here. But I'm going to just draw a polygon actually around this crop area. Now, if I just wanted to draw a line, I could, when you're ready to stop drawing, you double click on your last point and it will set your line. If you happen to make your lines meet into a shape, it will create a polygon. And so planting area number 1, I'm just going to call it. And then you could actually say if you were working here or if you were involved in some plantings here, you could actually type in some details. In this area in 2020, we planted, and you could actually be really specific about what was planted and when, and you can make some detailed notes about that. If I want to just draw a line, again, I can select draw a line, and again, I can just draw a line. And I am adding points in between my lines because my line's not going to be perfectly straight. I'm going to draw a path through here. And when I'm done with that, I double click on my last point and I can label that. I'm calling it a path. Path by my planting area. Okay. So, and then finally, the last thing I want to talk about is adding a new point. Say you have a point you want to add and it's not searchable. You can't find it when you look for it in Google Maps. You can actually add a point. You just place your point wherever you want. So I selected that little icon that looks like an upside down water drop. And it says add a marker. And this is where or let's say lunch spot. I don't eat lunch there, but it looks like maybe that's a place you could sit down after you've done some work. Okay, maybe that's not. Okay, so these are some annotations. Now for activities where we'd be doing collaborative maps, we would write some different sorts of language in our annotations, but you can see how this works. You can also use some other tools. If you want to measure, for example, distances between things, you can actually select this little measurement tool and drag it from one point to the next, or drag it from wherever you want to start, say this point, to wherever you want to stop. It could be to the edge of my polygon. It will show you the distance of your place in feet. And so that can be kind of useful. When you're sort of thinking about how things are set in relationship to one another. Those are the major tools that you'll use to build a collaborative map, basically knowing how to put a point, a line, a polygon, and how to annotate those points, lines, and polygons is going to be really key. All right, thank you.